Hello all. In today's session 3, we will be studying about the various types of decoration that are made on the folding carton to create a aesthetic appearance, also a good presentation on the package. Now, the surface decoration of folding carton, a consumer usually have a judgment of a quality of a product by its package. The buyer also assumes that a presentable package with a creative or a decorative package creates the package identity, also increases the value of the product. Also, the decoration of the folding carton increases the brand identity by creating higher value to the product. The decorated carton creates higher value in the minds of the buyer than that a goods or the product packed in a plain carton, such as cosmetics, confectionaries, expensive goods, and many other products. For example, usually the cosmetics that are packed creates or enhances the value of the product, that a consumer assumes a product with a good presentation or with a good decoration or the folding carton or the package increases the interest or attracts to buy and experience the product. Next, confectionaries. The confectionaries that we come across is the best example could be a Cadbury chocolate. The Cadbury chocolate that when we observe before buying, the package is usually attractive, thus increases the prospective buyer to understand the product value and the package value, that the buyer assumes a presentable product could be having a higher value. Now, let us see the first step of surface decoration of a folding carton. Varnishing. Varnishing is a application of a liquid varnish onto the surface of the folding carton or the package to that a similar fashion to that of the printing process, that this varnishing unit is added at the end of the printing unit in line to the at the end of the process printing colors in a same printing machine. This process of application over the surface of the package is to help the product or the package enhance the visual appearance of the print or packaging. This varnishing appearance increases the value of the product. A good presentable aesthetic appearance to the product. Gloss varnish. This gloss varnish is applied similar to that of a process color printing, wherein just like how we prepare a printing plate for any process color, just as the image areas and non-image areas are separated, in a similar way even the plate that are made ready for application of varnishing is of a similar type, wherein this unit is made in line at the end of each machine after all the process colors are printed. Now this gloss varnish uses a technique where once the varnish is applied over the surface of the folding carton, it creates a smooth surface. Also, this process often applies gloss over the full surface area in the specific areas. Here in the picture it is indicating the gloss varnish as well as the matte varnish. This picture is to express the difference between the gloss and the matte varnish. How when both together clubbed look like. This is to understand how the gloss varnish look like and a matte varnish look like. This gloss varnish could be applied in a specific areas or all over the surface of the folding carton or the package. This gloss varnish creates a contrasting effect. Also at the same time increases the depth of the process color that is already printed over the surface of the package. Also it increases the detail of the process color or the spot colors or the Pantone colors. This gloss varnish is mostly reflective surface that is created on the package. Matte varnish. Matte varnish is also applied over the folding carton or the package in a similar fashion to that of a gloss varnish. Matte varnish creates a smoothness and a soft surface. Also the subtle appearance that brings enhancement to the package. Also this matte varnish is a non-reflective. Gloss varnish was reflective surface and this matte varnish is always non-reflective. It is a dull finish. And the text on that the matte varnish is applied over the text. It makes easy to read, wherein in gloss varnish there could be a little difficulty in easy readability of the text, whereas in matte varnish this non-readability problem may not be occurred due to its matte varnish characteristics. Also, this matte varnish creates a dynamic effect than that of a gloss varnish. Satin or silk varnish. This satin and silk varnish is also applied to that of a similar fashion to that of a gloss and matte varnish. Here the name satin indicates that the satin cloth that we come across in our day-to-day life, the similar feel that can be achieved when the satin varnish is applied over the surface of the package. In this process, both the combination of matte and gloss varnishes are applied over the surface of the package. The satin varnish gives a striking appearance, giving a balance between the medium shine and a strong scuff resistance. Also, the satin varnish gives a good feel when touched over the surface of the package. Strike through matte. This strike through matte varnish creates a special appearance over the printed surface, wherein this technique or the process of printing a strike through matte varnish is in which both matte and gloss varnish is coated on the same printed area. A matte varnish is first applied to the areas of a coated sheet, except leaving those areas where a glossy effect is needed. UV varnish. This UV varnish is also known as ultraviolet varnish. This process of printing varnish over the surface of the package also achieves a thicker and even surface, also striking appearance. This type of coating on the printed box surface creates higher value over the surface of the package. Now there is two different types in ultraviolet varnishing. The one is all over varnishing and the other one is spot varnish. All over varnish. UV inks or UV varnish are applied all over the printed surface. This varnish increases the richness, also creates a vibrant appearance. It adds on the benefits of the drying of the varnish in the production line itself. Once the varnish is applied, this folding carton or the package is made to pass in line at the end of the printing machine for drying process, wherein a UV drying light source is used to dry the folding carton or the package. Here is an example that we can experience how exactly a UV ink that applied all over the surface and how it looks. Spot UV varnish. In spot UV varnish, the inks are applied only to the specific areas of the printed surface, that to highlight the specific text or the image or the logo. This is widely used for luxury products, paper bags, gift boxes, and used in cosmetic packaging, jewelry boxes, and some of the retail package also. Also, this spot UV varnish can be felt easily. It can be it can highlight a contrast look over the when compared to other surfaces of the package. Lamination, embossing and metallic effect. A lamination is a permanently assembled material created using the heat, pressure or welding or gluing. This lamination technique or the process of manufacturing is important to safeguard the surface of a material that is usually made of paper or paper board. We have come across laminations that are usually made, that we come across for our usage in our daily life. The first one is, I can give you the best example, is the bus pass. Next, the important documents such as mark sheets or certificates that we tend to laminate to preserve the document for a longer life. Similarly, the lamination can also be done in various forms, thus by using a heat and pressure, and also the other techniques of lamination are welding and gluing. Here in lamination, the composite material is to achieve also to increase the strength of the material, paperboard, dimensional stability of the paperboard, and increases the insulation, also enhances the appearance of the paperboard. The requirement or the benefit of lamination is to avoid any damages onto the paperboard. This lamination gives extra protection by helping the document or the folding carton or the package, maybe the printed surface, also the paperboard, thus by not tearing up and damaging the edges of the paperboard surface. Lamination can be done on paper paperboard, photographs. This also helps in becoming faded, damaged when the document or the paperboard comes across with the water. Also avoids creasing, avoids stains, smudges, or any other additional marks that happens or experiences during handling process, or even maybe the fingerprints. The usual example that we come across could be of Aadhaar card or our bus pass, that you get it laminated for us to extend the life of the document. Also, the boxes and other containers may also be laminated using a heat seal lamination technique or extrusion coating technique, or also with the pressure sensitive adhesives. Also, the lamination can also be made through UV coatings also. Embossing and debossing. Here the picture itself clearly indicates how the embossing look like and debossing look like. Here in embossing, it is the process of creating raised or recessed relief image pattern over the surface of the folding carton. This technique of embossing is a raised against the background. The embossing alters the surface of the paperboard or the stock or the paper, providing a three-dimensional effect or a raised surface on the selected area. This embossing can be done all over the surface of the box or the package, maybe the folding carton or the paper stock, or else it can be done only at the required areas or the spot embossing also. Here two different dies are made where the stock or the paperboard is made to press in between both the dies, such that creating a 3D effect over the surface of the paperboard. Here one die is raised and the other die is recessed. The raised die forces the stock into the recessed die and thus creating a embossing effect or the impression. Here only a specific amount of pressure have to be applied, else if the pressure increases, there could be a damage experienced on the paperboard, else if the pressure is not insufficient, there could be loss of 3D effect on the surface of the board. Here the die maker engraves the required image into several plates through using a press. Usually, this embossing is a process that often incorporates to attract the attention or to create a higher value and also feel the texture that gives a contrast feel when compared to the areas wherever it is embossed and the areas wherever it is not embossed. Metallic effects. This metallic pigments or the colors such as gold, silver, copper, bronze are generally used to create a enhancement in graphic effects, maybe on cartons. This metallic effects creates the richness, also a classical beauty to the package. This method and the technique is used for achieving the wide range of effects in many combinations. As shown in the picture, A. Printing with metallic pigmented ink. This gives a vibrant look wherein the enhancement of the package and the product contained inside the package creates a brand identity, brand value, and hence it makes the consumer give or pay attention towards the product, thus increasing the intention and interest to buy the product. The picture shown B is the bronze or the gold powder dusting is usually made over the surface of the package. Especially this type of technique is used in cosmetic packaging. Also, we studied earlier that the cosmetics, most of the cosmetics are packed with more decorative way, thus to create a higher value and assures a good presentation to the product. So here the next picture shows the hot foil embossing or dry printing. So the term dry printing uses the word is exclusively this because there is no interference of any water medium. Here the hot foil embossing or the dry printing is a technique where the printing of gold color or the silver color, bronze and many other metallic colors are printed on the specific areas to improve the quality of the presentation over the package. So here are the several techniques of surface decoration, thus increases the value to the product, making the consumer to pay more attention towards the product and satisfy himself by using a better product.